All right, everybody. So, as you all know, I am very critical of the Israeli government and military and how they have been conducting their operations in Gaza. The fact that a lot of their attacks have been seemingly very indiscriminate. There have been very high levels of civilian casualties and fatalities in a country, or I guess you could say country city, that is roughly 50% children, like people under the age of 18. And like, I believe it's 1% of the, or no, 2 or 3%, like a full few percent of the children that were alive in Gaza before the start of this conflict are now dead. And that was a stat I saw weeks ago, so obviously it's gotten worse than that. But, like, a lot of kids have died because of the conflict happening in Gaza right now. Mostly Palestinian kids. There have been certainly innocent deaths on the side of Israel. Don't get me wrong. The attacks that happened on, what was it, October 4th, I believe it was? I don't remember the exact date. I'm sorry if that's, like, evil of me. But the attack that happened in October from Hamas definitely resulted in the 7th, thank you. Definitely resulted in the deaths of a lot of innocent people. So I don't think it's, I don't think it's good to discount that. Hamas is also quite bad, just far less capable of causing widespread harm than the IDF is, and than the IDF has been, This has led to a lot of political discussion here in America about Israel, and obviously I lean more on the side of criticizing Israel, but there are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who are on our side of this conflict, who do everything in their power to make our concerns look as ridiculous as possible, to make this side of the conflict, of the argument around the conflict, I should say, look as ridiculous as possible. And I'm sure it's not an active, intentional thing, but let me just show you this video I ended up seeing on Reddit the other day with my friend. Me and my friend were just scrolling through Reddit. We were watching random Reddit videos that are meant to make you cringe, just having a fun time, and this one came up, and I just knew I had to show it on stream. I knew I had to expose you guys to this pure art you are about to witness. Art generated by the universe itself, by nature. So this is a woman who, this is the background. A woman seems to have gone to McDonald's and ordered a sandwich of some kind, and they obviously package it up in like a little wrapping, right? And the wrapping happens to be blue and white, the same colors as the Israeli flag. This woman had some things to say about that to the minimum wage worker behind the counter and decided to record doing so. So let's watch.
I was starving, so I had to get one quick sandwich from here. And I thought they gave me the wrong sandwich, but conveniently, McDonald's changed their packaging. Wow. What does that resemble? Here, so what is this?
This one?
Yeah, what is this new packaging?
It's the McChicken wrapper.
But why is it blue and white?
Honestly, I don't know.
I think you do know. This is in support of Israel. They changed it.
I mean, it was like that actually since a few months ago because we ran out of the regular ones.
No, I don't think so. This is obviously in support of Israel.
No, I mean, we actually had that for a while though.
I was here 2 weeks ago and it wasn't like this.
I mean, we have had stuff. We also have the red one.
I know this is not your fault because you're an employee, but I think this is disgusting for them to do this. And I know you in your heart that this is clearly what this wrapper is for.
But I mean, I didn't know that.
I'm explaining it to you. It is. This is what it's for. This is the color of their flag.
This is unironic. Who remembers that one tweet that went super viral that gets quoted all the time, where she tweeted, my Jewish friend saw a sign that said free parking and thought it said free Palestine. The Jews are tired. Who knows that tweet? I assume you know it. Like, a lot of people here probably are familiar with it. This is the lefty anti-Israel version of that. My friend saw a white and blue colored wrapping paper for a sandwich today and had a meltdown. The lefties are tired. Like, that is what we're witnessing right now, the lefty version of that. When you're a hammer, everything is a nail. Yeah. To a degree, it's that. Some people in chat are like, is this bait? And it kind of upsets me how many people on the left are like, wait, it's impossible that anybody who agrees with my ideology could be this insanely cringe and, like, incapable of realizing how awful they are of a job they're doing representing their ideology. And it's like, no, my sweet summer children, you must understand, most of the online left is very insane. Very, very insane. Like, to a degree that will astonish you, and you will learn that is the case with time.
Clearly what they're doing.
I wish it was bait.
And what they're showing to people, and I think it's disgusting. I'm just curious, what's with the new wrapping?
What's with the new wrapping?
Yeah, the blue and white.
That's the new one. They just changed the wrap.
They just changed it. When did you guys get these?
Maybe like last week?
Last week, right? When he clearly just told me it's been a few months that we got this. This is in support to kill Palestinian kids, this wrapping. Clearly, this is a big company. They should not be changing the wrapping on the side. Yeah, I know, this is not your...
Is there, like, any, like, evidence whatsoever that they did that as, like, an Israel thing? That feels, like, very out of character for McDonald's. McDonald's, Israel, wrapping. Reuters, fact check. White and blue McDonald's wrappers predate October 2023 Israel-Hamas war. Claims by social media users that McDonald's has changed its food wrappers to white and blue to show support for Israel during the ongoing Hamas-Israel conflict are false. The fast food chain told Reuters. The generic wrappers have been used for years and exist in a variety of colors, McDonald's said. One post on Facebook captioned McDonald's changed wrapping to support Israel shows a video of a customer confronting McDonald's staff about the wrapper color in a U.S. restaurant. Hey, that's the video we're watching. In the highly viral video, posted originally on Instagram, she says to one employee, "I was here 2 weeks ago and it wasn't like this, and this is obviously in support of Israel." Yeah, we don't need to retread the video, but it seems like McDonald's corporate is even denying this. So, like, why would they do that and then not stand behind it? Why would they, like, does this lady think it's some sort of subliminal messaging?
Your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault. No. I'm not. I'm just really upset. I'm just really upset that I got my order and I got this flag.
Yes.
For my wrapping. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's upset and who's shocked to come to the drive-thru and receive this wrapping.
Yes.
I'm sure. I always love when some psycho is having a meltdown in public about something minor, and they always, like, make up people who agree with them that have also complained about it like they have in the past to make themselves feel less like a weirdo having a meltdown in a public location with everyone looking at them and judging them, you know? Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's outraged about this. As, like, everyone's just sitting there like, ma'am, this is a McDonald's. Literally, ma'am, this is a McDonald's.
So I really advise you to go back to your original wrapping, and if they're forcing you to do this, this is going to be known.
Even if I say something to my boss, and my boss,
Right.
doesn't change it, it's like...
I understand. I totally understand.
I need you all to know, by the way, if Trump wins this year during the election, people like this will be the reason why. These are like the Hassan watching, like, dipshit, like, Twitter posting lefties that are not going to vote in the election because Biden is the only non-Trump option. And, I mean, I don't know how old the lady is who's recording this. Dr. Haifa Yunus. I assume Dr. I assume we're not stealing Dr. Valor here, right? Then I assume they're not a Zoomer, right? But holy shit, is there just a lot of young people on the left on Twitter that just post and engage in deranged behavior like this all the time, and they don't realize that it's not normal? Hassan watching dipshit is a redundant thing to say. Are there any Hassan fans that aren't dipshits? There are a few that are just pretty big normies. Like, I think Hassan is actually very rapidly losing relevance and viewership. He's, like, said as much in DMs when he's complaining on, like, he's complained to the mods of LSF, live stream fails, about Destiny posts about him on there. and to the mods in the DMs, he complains about how Destiny is like making fun of his declining viewership. So it's not just that Hassan's viewership and growth is declining, but that Hassan knows it's declining. And it's part of why Hassan has been niching down to the tankies so much, is that he knows he needs to establish a hardcore audience that will follow him, because he does not have the rigor with political rhetoric that is necessary to maintain the type of popularity that he had during the last election cycle. And he's slowly been dying off, especially as like Destiny continues to like poke him, you know? And he's started to like actually engage with Destiny lately, which has made him look even more a fool. And so, yeah, just overall, Hassan's channel is dying. It's hilarious and awesome to see. And that's why he's been niching down so hard to the tankies. He wants to basically establish himself a small but dedicated audience of sycophants. But like a big part of his audience to this day though still remains like a lot of normies, you know, just a lot of like politically left-leaning normie-ish people that aren't aware of how radical he gets. Like they don't even watch his streams, they just follow him on Twitter even. And I don't know if you've seen it, but like if you criticize Hassan on Twitter or something and it gets any amount of attention, like an army of e-girls that all like look the same, like they dress the same and wear the same type of makeup, like this army of like Twitch e-girls will come and like call you crusty or something if you ever like criticize or insult Hassan on Twitter. He's got like an army of internet Twitter e-girls to defend him. It's honestly quite effective from what I've seen. But yeah, it's very much a bubble of tanky derangement over there, and I feel like this lady gives off Hassan viewer vibes, you know. I get that. I would bet personally.
I'm not trying to be rude to you.
No.
I'm just really upset.
Yeah.
I'm just really upset
understand, but-
that I see this. So this, you're giving me a McChicken sandwich with this wrapping, supporting the killing of kids, and
Yes.
I hope you don't feel good about that.
Did she eat the chicken sandwich? I can't tell whether or not it's still in there. It looks like it might still be in there, but that could also just be the sauce in there. Did she eat the chicken sandwich and then bring the wrapper in to complain? That's what I'm really curious about, because this gets like 100 times funnier if she ate the chicken sandwich in her car and then walked in to complain about the wrapper it was served in. It becomes way funnier.
No, I'm gonna
I hope.
tell my
It looks flat to me
boss.
too.
If there's nothing no one gonna do. This
No,
is
because
what
they
it
own
is.
30 McDonald's. So
Really?
Yeah, I think it's empty.
Yeah, I really hope somebody says something about
Yeah,
this. 'Cause
yeah, it is.
It's not
She
right.
ate the
I don't
fucking
understand
sandwich.
And I don't want to make a big deal.
Yeah. No, it's okay. No, I understand.
Okay.
She's saying, I don't want to make a big deal, while she's got 3 employees held up right now. The original person she talked to, a second employee that seems showed up, and the manager. I'm not trying to make a big deal. Actively making a big deal. Absolutely insane. What an attention seeker.
I was really shocked when I saw that.
Yeah,
and
I
it
know.
really hurt my feelings.
Yes, I know.
Being that I'm Palestinian, and even if I'm not
good.
Palestinian,
Yeah.
It's still like a big deal.
Yes.
Given that I'm Palestinian, and even if I'm not Palestinian, I think this lady might not be Palestinian, guys. I'm not one to generally, theorize on such things, but I don't know why her immediate, follow-up was, and even if I wasn't Palestinian. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she is. Who cares?
Yes.
yeah, that's
because
atrocious.
not right.
That's atrocious.
Yes.
I cannot believe I even seen that. And please throw it away.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please throw it away. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So that was some serious giga cringe, I imagine. It's never fun seeing somebody represent your side politically so badly. Obviously, the top comment is the same thought that I had. Lamau brought the empty wrapper, still ate that shit. Ha ha ha. Fight the power after I ate this racist McChicken. I'm sorry, guys, but, the conservative memes about, the Starbucks sipping, Yas Queen iPhone posting, or iPhone having, champagne lefties that, basically are lefties in name only. Those people exist. And that lady's one of them. And there's a lot more of them than you would ever think. I'm pretty sure that's Rachel Dolezal. Wait, really? No way. There's no way. You're trolling. You're memeing. That name had nothing to do with Rachel Dolezal, and she's like a celebrity now. Probably a woke scold. Yes, most people like that tend to be. I've actually just found that there's really no point in using that term anymore because, like, generally speaking, the woke scolds, tankies, and, like, class reductionists, like, all the worst parts of the left are all, like, kind of the same bubble. Even with opposing ideals, they're all, like, the same general bubble. Like, you'll see tankies friends with class reductionists who are friends with, like, super woke scolds, all because they have a united, like, hatred of Biden, the Democrats, and, like, left tube, as it were. I've noticed that trend, especially on Twitter these days. Basically just that large group of lefties who, with fairly discordant beliefs, still just kind of unite around attacking other lefties all the time and canceling people. Those types, yeah. Anyway, hey, if you support Palestine, that's great. But for the love of God, don't make everybody else who supports Palestine look bad in the process if that's how you want to do your advocacy. Optics do matter. Whether you like it or not, they do. And you need to care about them. You need to account for them. Because when you do something, you're not doing it in a vacuum. You're doing it within a massive political, cultural battlefield. And every bit of ammo you give to the right or to whatever side you're opposing is going to be used. Especially if the side you're opposing is right-wing adjacent. You better fucking believe every little bit of ammo you give them will be used.